Let's go to page 33, and this is lesson 1-6. The objective of this lesson is to review the rules for dividing real numbers. So when you have division, you need to go and change into multiplication by taking a reciprocal. So what I mean by that is, let's go to example 1a. Okay, you have 12 divided by 4. Okay, when you have division, you want to, so easy one you can just go straight, but we're going to use an easy problem to practice with the rule. Okay, so when you have division, you need to change into multiplication and take the reciprocal, flip it over. Okay, then after that you can go and reduce. So if you divide by 4, you get 1. Divide by 4, you get 3. So answer will be equal to 3. Okay, and so example 1b. When you have negative 18, this line means divide. Okay, so that means divide. So when you have this kind of situation, you can just go and reduce. So negative and negative cancel out. 3 and 18 you can divide by 3, so you can 1, 6. So answer will be equal to 6. Okay, so again this means division. Okay, and when you have division, you can make into multiplication. But in this case, you can just go and simplify it right away. Okay, 1c. So when you have 15 divided by negative 3 over 2, okay. So when you have division, first what you want to do is you want to change into multiplication. So this is equal to 15 times. So when you change the division into multiplication, you have to flip this over. So it becomes negative 2 over 3. Okay. And the negative can go anywhere. It can go on the top, the middle, the bottom. It doesn't matter. Normally you want to put on the top. Okay, so now when you multiply, again, first you take the sign. So negative, right? Positive times negative will give you negative. Now the number you can reduce. Okay, so 3 and 15, you can reduce by 3. So divide by 3, you get 1. Divide by 3, you get 5. So now you got 5 times 2 will give you 10. And so it becomes negative 10. Okay, let's go to example 2. So you want to simplify negative 9 divided by negative 3 over negative 1 squared times negative 3. Okay, so again this is division. This means division, and it also means grouping. So you have groups. You have the top group and the bottom group. Okay, so let's go and focus on the top group. Top group is the division. So you want to change into multiplication by flipping this over. So it'd be negative 1 over 3. Okay. So again, 1, when you flip it over, becomes 1 over 3. On the bottom, you can go and do the exponent first. So negative square, so this square is for both. Okay. So negative square is positive. 1 square is 1. Okay. So again, you can do one step for the top, one step for the bottom. Then after that, you can go ahead and reduce. So again, do the sign. Negative is positive. And 9 and 3, you can reduce by 3. So you get 1 and 3. So it becomes 3. And on the bottom, you're going to get positive times negative will give you negative. 1 times 3 will give you 3. And then you can do one more step. 3 over 3 equal to 1. And positive or negative is negative. So it will be negative 1. Okay, you can do the sign, the number. Okay. Okay, now let's look at one more rule on page 34. Okay, so it says a plus b over c is equal to a over c plus b over c. So what this is doing is undoing the common denominator. Normally when you have common denominator, then you can put it together to become these. So this is just going the reverse of the common denominator. And same thing, if you have a minus b over c is equal to a over c minus b over c. So again, this is just undoing the common denominator. Okay, again, when you have subtraction of the common denominator, you can combine this together into that. Okay, and so this just reverse. Okay. So now we're going to use that to do example 3. Okay, so you got 48 minus 12x squared over negative 3. So we're going to use this principle. So when you have multiple terms on the top and you have only one term on the bottom, you can go and undo it. So I'm going to separate this right away. So 48 over negative 3 minus, so again that, so first you have that, okay? Okay, so first you have that, and next you will have that, okay? So be minus, okay, 12x squared over negative 3. Okay, again, just double check, right? This is the denominator, right? You got 48 minus 12x squared, right? And so by separating it, then it will be a lot easier to simplify after that. So okay, so okay, the sign positive over negative is negative, and 48 over 3, if you divide by 3, you get 1, 6, so it'll be 16. Now over here, negative become positive. Okay, 3 and 12, you can divide by 3, you get 1, you get 4, so it'll be plus 4x squared. And normally you want to rewrite it nicer, because for one thing you have a number in the front and you have a negative. So usually you want to write it in order of the exponent. So maybe you want to rewrite it this way. It looks nicer, but this is acceptable, okay, unless there's a special instruction. Okay, but normally, again, this is probably more ideal. Okay, so let's go and get into a habit of writing things in order.